Hi there, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK for another action figure breaking news video. And it seems, ladies and gentlemen, somebody has left the tap on at McFarlane Toys because leaks are happening. Somebody call a plumber. Where is Super Mario when you need him? So, there have been some leaks of the 2024 DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys action figure line, and I'm going to cover my top 10 of the leak list today. So I've done a little bit of a top 10, done a spreadsheet. The spreadsheets will be back out here on the channel, and I will take you through my top 10. So if you want the full list, head over to tnitoynews.com, over to JC over there, and he has you covered on the website because he has all the insider scoops over there, and he has the full leaked list, which is looked as leaked out from some of the international retailers. I think it comes from Dragon's Chest. Dragon's Chest, I think, is the source on this one. So I thought I would cover my thoughts. Now, the last McFarlane video I did about a week ago, of course, turned into a bit of a full rant as we suddenly went to $40 an action figure, and I kind of lost the plot. And then I might have, we're just saying might have purchased them the next day because they started to sell out. So, yes, let me know your thoughts on my terrible hypocritical status on McFarlane Toys. But to be fair to myself, I did say in that video I might end up purchasing them. So some interesting stuff on this list, so we will cover it. But before we get into that, if you could hit that like button, of course, leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and tickle that notification bell, just a little tickle. Now we've covered all that because YouTube loves it when you say that kind of thing. We will get into my thoughts and my top 10 of these action figures, and I'm quite excited for some of these. So I put them in kind of reverse order from my sort of least favorite to my favorite, sort of ish. So here's the spreadsheet, and we will go. So we'll start off number 1, then we'll go 1 to 10. We'll go in reverse order because that's just the way I've done it today. So we will start off with Mr. Zaz himself. Now, I'm never quite sure how to pronounce that name after all these years. A classic sort of Batman villain. Of course, you've seen him in Gotham in the TV show. More of the modern, bold look there. This is more of the kind of first appearance. I do believe the image I've pulled greatly from Google, of course, straight from Google Images into a spreadsheet, and off we went into the video. So this is the haired version. I'd assume it'd be the more modern, bold version we might get. But of course, he's got all the sort of tattoos, the scars there of all his victims. And I say, looking forward to this one. Think this would be quite a nice figure to get, depending which version we get. It is gold label, according to the leak list, so it will be some form of store exclusive. That's all the gold label means from McFarlane Toys, is it will be either maybe a Target exclusive, a Walmart exclusive, or maybe after last week, the dreaded McFarlane Toys exclusive, and we might be paying some crazy prices. Now, of course, McFarlane and his UK distribution isn't always the greatest. I know there's some quite big McFarlane toy collectors over here in the UK, and not every release seems to make it this side of the pond. So hopefully these will. So we start off with Mr. Zaz there. And again, if you know how to pronounce that, let me know in the comments. But how you're going to type it for me to pronounce, I don't know. Try it phonetically, and we'll see how we get on. So we kick off our list with him there at number 1. At number 2 on the list there, another classic DC character. It's old Captain. It's the Captain himself. It's Captain Boomerang. So Captain Boomerang will be available. Again, a character we have not had from McFarlane Toys. So it is nice to see Todd here in 2024, and he started this in 23, getting away from purely just the standard sort of Batman and Superman releases and going into some of the more, so you could say, obscure DC characters. Now, Captain Boomerang is listed on the list here as a collector edition, so it's wave 4 of the collector edition for Captain Boomerang. Of course, he was in the first Suicide Squad film, so it's taken a while to get a comic book out of the lovable Australian. I think he's Australian. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course, in the comments. But he will be coming, and hopefully we'll get a nice selection of Boomerang accessories to go with him. So he will be making it onto my top 10 here of the leaked list. The unique concept I've come up with here. So we go over to Shazam then here at number 3. So this is supposed to be a 2-pack, and this is going to be a collector's edition 2-pack. Potentially the first collector's edition 2-pack, or was the Doomsday and Superman known as a collector's edition 2-pack? I don't think it was, but You never know. But so we're going to getting a battle damage version of Shazam, and then it says just Freddie Freeman. So whether we will get his friend Freddie in human form or in his sort of Shazam or Captain Marvel Junior form, which is the images I've gone for here, I don't know. So it doesn't say Shazam and Shazam Junior. So the red outfit there you see is the new 52 version of Freddie Freeman, and then his classics or the Captain Marvel Junior in the blue. But maybe we'll get him in human form. I don't know. And then a battle damage version of Shazam. Now, over here in the UK, Shazam, the actual comic book version, was quite hard to get hold of. I'd missed the initial release and had to go the eBay route on that one. So I think it could be quite popular getting another comic book version of Shazam. Again, assuming this is a comic book version of Shazam. It's just me reading the leaked list here. It doesn't state whether it's the DCEU version or it is the comic book version. I am just assuming it's the comic book version. Both Shazam and Freddy did both of, so Billy and Freddy basically did appear in the Shazam films. So maybe it's a movie version. Really got to get a DC cup when I do these DC streams. It would help, wouldn't it? So that is number 3 on my list that I am most excited for from these leaked lists. Again, as JC says in the article, it would be treated as rumor until these figures actually come out, but these leaked lists of McFarlane toys have proved pretty accurate in the past, so I'd assume we will be getting all these figures. So now we have a Teen Titans member herself in Starfire then. So again, coming in the collector's edition line. So again, this is one where we have had a bit of a price increase. These are $30 figures usually, hopefully with some more accessories. Of course, Wonder Woman been recently done in the collector's sort of series. It was supposed to be out on Amazon in the UK. She's on pre-order, but she now doesn't have a date. So hopefully she doesn't get cancelled because that Wonder Woman does look pretty good. And I would like to add a classic Wonder Woman to the collection, but she's nowhere to be seen at the moment. But Starfire then. So again, a classic member of the Teen Titans. A figure I'd like to see. So again, it's nice to have more characters within the line here. So I'll be perfectly happy to get her. So basically, a lot of these things you'll see on the newer characters I've put on my top 10 because I do like to get new characters, get that world building really done on the shelf. It is nice that Todd is almost becoming like an equivalent of Marvel Legends in terms of the character selection, at least. He's nowhere near there yet in terms of the depth we've got on the line, but I would like to see that depth continue. So do let me know in the comments section any DC characters, of course, you'd like to see, because there's plenty that Todd could really get on with, but he does like to take his time. Now, here we have one. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I have absolutely no idea who it is. So somebody educate me in the comments below. I literally Googled the term ambush bug DC, and this is what came up. So we got a bug in a suit from the 1980s. I know absolutely nothing more than that, but that is kind of a cool character design. So maybe a bit like Captain Carrot. I'm going to admit I didn't know who Captain Carrot was either. So any more of you, maybe old school or more knowledgeable DC fans in the comment section, let me know. Are you excited for the ambush bug? Or are we going to have a really big peg war on our hands of a very random character? Again, listed as gold label, so going to be some form of store exclusive. Now, on Google Images, I was seeing some more modern version of the characters. Clearly, he's still around or has been for a while in the DC universe, but I've just never heard of him. Looked like he was in animation as well, from what I could see. So, Ambush Bug, let me know if you're excited about that one. Number 6, then. So, this one, this was the lead sort of item on the TNI article. It is the Joker Mobile, the Batman the Animated Series Joker Mobile. So, this was solicited by DC Direct. I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago now. I would think it's definitely been a while before DC sort of Direct went out of business and then kind of got merged into McFarlane Toys itself. But they did list this Joker Mobile as a vehicle for the Batman the Animated Series line. It just never came out. It was one of those sort of cancelled items at the end of a line that didn't see. So it seems like Todd has revived it. Maybe the tooling is still there in the factory. Maybe it was tooled up and it never actually made it to retail. So he's going to give it a go by the looks of it. So are you excited to get a Joker Mobile? I've got a near complete collection of that Batman the Animated Series line. So I've got the Batmobile. The one thing I don't have is actually the Batwing, because that thing was utterly massive. Now, I've put it on quite a small shelf, my Batman the Animated Series collection, so this wouldn't particularly fit. So I might be passing on this one. But you get your Joker in there, your Harley Quinn, your hyenas running down the side. It could make a nice display piece. Of course, with this revived line from DC Direct, Todd has gone a bit wacky. A little bit wacky on the cell shading. Not the greatest cell shading I have ever seen from Todd on this line. So it has put me off his sort of redos. I know he's doing the characters we don't have in the Builder figures. So I would like the Builder figures. Got a bit of frustration there that the newer characters like the Condiment King have been Builder figures. But then again, the cell shading hasn't really done it for me. But I think that could be a popular item, at least. Again, one that has been revived. It is the Joker Mobile. Right then, my 7th item. So we're getting to my really excited ones now. And this one has me tickled. It is the Penguin. Now, we have no confirmation on which outfit of Penguin this would be, but it is again listed in that collector edition. So far in the collector edition, to me, you've had more sort of classic looks within that collector line. So hopefully it's the one in the middle for me, the blue suit classic Penguin, or at least some form of sort of 70s, 80s, 90s Penguin. Not too modern for me, I'm hoping. What sort of Penguin would you like to see? Mr. Cobblepot himself. Would you like a classic or a more modern interpretation of Penguin? I would definitely like a classic. Top hat, everything, monocle. If this is a classic Penguin, this could be a really good figure. The classic Riddler literally got me back in to the McFarlane Toys line last year, because you haven't seen my previous McFarlane videos. I've been in McFarlane, I've been out, I've been in, I've been out. I've shaken it all about with Todd, and I'm back in McFarlane Toys for the 4th time. So classic characters is the way to get me. Classic Marvel, classic DC. I'm a classic kind of guy. So I'm hoping. How many times can a man say the word classic in a Penguin segment? Quite a lot, it seems. But he has had a lot of looks throughout the years. Again, monocle and big nose, that's for sure. But I would like to see the old sort of top hat version. We have had from Todd one of the sort of the Arkham Asylum version, the Arkham Games at least version of the Penguin, which I think I do have somewhere, but I don't think I need the Arkham figures. I think they might be going in the sale pile. But Penguin, I think, will be a very exciting one, especially if it's a classic look. Right, next one is this probably will be the thumbnail of the video of I'm a Clever Boy, because the Tumbler. Todd's making a Tumbler. Is he really? Is he really going to make a 7-inch scale Tumbler from the Christian Bale Dark Knight Trilogy? I wonder. I really do wonder. It's on the list, though, so it is listed. I'll read you what it says on the TNI article here. 7-inch scale vehicles, Tumbler with Lucius Fox, the Dark Knight gold label. So now we do have a precedent set for doing vehicles and characters in the gold label. We've got the 89 Batmobile, the Keaton Batmobile, and the 89 Keaton figure. And we've literally, I think just today, as I'm recording this video on the 24th of January here, the Batpod and Anne Hathaway Catwoman has just dropped for pre-order, I do believe, about $70, I think, which again, quite reasonable for a vehicle and a figure these days for the Anne Hathaway version. So I think this is probably going to be true, and we are going to get a 7-inch scale Tumbler, and that is going to be absolutely huge. Because I know Hot Toys have done a Tumbler, but that thing is just astronomical in terms of price and sizing. I do have a Tumbler way back from probably before the Movie Masters days. I've got like I don't know, some kids version of the Tumbler, and you press a little button and the Batpod sort of ejects out of it. And that's only in, I think it's barely in 3 3/4 inch scale, to be honest with you. Probably only in 3-inch scale, and that thing takes up a little bit of room in the shelf. I think it's up in the loft at the moment. So I'm just sort of talking to myself as we go through these reveals, but that's what happens here at Jay's Toy Collection UK. If you are liking this content, of course, hit that subscribe button, and you will see more of my random toy ramblings as 2024 continues. But who's got room for this? So in the comments, let me know, are you getting a Tumbler? Because I'm probably going to have to get the Tumbler. Let's be honest. Christian Bale films, what a fantastic trilogy of films they are. I think The Dark Knight is probably my sister's favourite film, even to this day. What a performance from Heath Ledger and everybody within that film. But of course, the other thing here is not just a Tumbler. It's Lucius Fox, Morgan bloody Freeman. My goodness. Have we ever had a Morgan Freeman figure? I don't think we have. I really don't think we have. Let me know if I'm wrong and we do have a Morgan Freeman figure, but I don't think we do. What an actor he is, the legend himself, Morgan Freeman. Fantastic actor and very deserving of an action figure. So if Todd has got the likeness rights to Morgan Freeman, hopefully he can make a pretty good figure. Dickie Bow and all, hopefully here. So that would be a very popular item, I think. Now with Catwoman, with Anne Hathaway, she is getting a rumored single release. So Keaton got a single release. Did he get a single release? He was in a 5-pack, wasn't he, really, actually? The 89 version, at least. So it wasn't technically a single release, but there was at least a second release. So hopefully there would be a second release of this Morgan Freeman figure for people that can't fit a gigantic tumbler in their collection. And what sort of price point are we talking? Because it's not as long as the 89 Batmobile, but it's certainly much wider. So if we could stick in that sort of 70, 80 pound price point, I think this could be a fantastic release. I could see us doubling that and going into sort of 150 category, but it's going to be a decent sized vehicle, I would think. So I'm sure, let me know your thoughts below, but this is going to be a popular one. But what version? That's just popped into my head because, of course, Christian Bale famously asked, does it come in black? Because there is the camouflage sort of version of the Tumbler. We might even see a second release with Bane, of course, and a camouflage Tumbler. So let me know. I'm sure you'd probably want the black version, but camouflage version, potential. Right. Next one. We're nearly there then. 2 more to go. Doomsday. Now, we've just had a Doomsday. Doomsday is one of my absolute favourite DC villains. That is why he's up there. I love the death of Superman. I've got the big omnibus with the fold-out page. It's fantastic. But this looks to be, I think, a more modern version, which is why I've gone for this, because this is listed as a mega fig, but again, a collector mega fig, which would usually imply a bit more classic to me. Doomsday, but it's got brackets Batman and Superman. So I stuck down to Google, and this came up then, the new 52 version of Doomsday. Batman and Superman on the comic there. Doomsday #1. So I'm going to assume it's this, a more modern version with the sort of side tusks coming out of Doomsday's head then, I would think. So are you excited for a new Doomsday? The previous one we got was a bit of a retool from the Devastator, so it could have been better. I did like the colours on it, though. I liked the bright green. I'm not going to lie. Did like the bright green on that release. And the ponytail was a bit high, but it was a ponytail, so no sort of ponytail on this version. This version, I know why I recognise it. This was a BAF, wasn't it? Or a Clicking Connect, or Collecting Connect, I suppose I should say, from Mattel, the new 52 version, because I remember owning it, because I've had a lot of Doomsdays over the years. Yeah, so I think it's probably this version, so a more modern version. So probably gonna need that as well then, because I liked me a bit of Doomsday. I mean, if you didn't get the 2-pack, of course, it's another option of getting that. So number 10 then, or number 1 really, my favourite bit of excitement from today, from this leaked list, was this. Of course, is Nightfall version of Bane. So this is listed as a 2-pack. So it's Mega Fig 2-pack. Batman versus Bane brackets Nightfall. So they've already done a version from McFarlane Toys of Bane. Wasn't quite classic enough for me. A bit too many sort of straps and things on him. So I did have it and I did sell it. And I think I sold it for pretty much retail prices. I was getting out of McFarlane before, and it has gone absolutely nuts on the aftermarket. I think that thing goes for 60, 70 pound plus, that Bane builder figure alone. So getting maybe another chance, it's not even a builder figure, I should say, that Bane single release, but getting another chance at Bane, I think will be very popular. And then Nightfall Batman, well, he has been on a lot of people's top 10 lists that I've seen out there for the DC Multiverse line throughout the 2023 top 10. So we know that is a popular figure to get. And again, another hard one to get. So 2 very hard to find after figures on the market. If these are just straight re-releases in a 2-pack, I think it is going to sell well because they are hard to get. But if we can have some slight updates, I'd be quite nice to see. If Bane could be coming without those extra sort of straps and things on, I'd like that. And maybe just a slight recolor, maybe a slightly brighter blue or something on the Batman there. I'm sure there might even be an attempt at getting the breaking the back sort of in the packaging for the Mins on card collectors. They might attempt some sort of posing. That Batman could be updated with maybe a soft goods cape, because we've seen that with a wired soft good gates from the Crisis on Infinite Earth, the wave we shan't talk about. The Crisis on Infinite Earth Superman has come with a wired soft good cape, so that would be certainly very nice to see. Of course, could be Azrael rather than the sort of Bruce Wayne Batman, but I'm assuming they're going to try and recreate this scene in a 2-pack, and I think that's why I've never gone back on the aftermarket, because I know Bane is missing from a collection, but I'd assumed that eventually Todd would get to doing this 2-pack, and it seems like he is. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, but that is my thoughts on the leaked list for McFarlane Toys coming in 2024. So some good stuff, I think there. Some good stuff coming from Toddy Mac. And I do look forward to expanding the DC collection in 2024. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I will end it there. So I've been Jay. This has been Jay's Toy Collection UK. Please, of course, do comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I'll, of course, see you all on the next video. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-credit scene that was not planned at all, because we have had I can't get the words out. I cannot get the words out. If you have been a long-term follower of this channel, of the Dan Who channel, when you've seen my appearances on Legends in Liquor, I have been campaigning, ladies and gentlemen, campaigning for one figure for at least 2 years now. And it's happened. It's gone and happened. January the 24th, 2024, Mezco have dropped a classic Dick. There is a classic Dick Grayson, of course, YouTube algorithm, on my screen. Can you actually believe it? They've gone and done it. We are going to get a classic Robin in the Mezco 112 collective. And this collector could not be any more excited. So I've had to stick a post-credit scene in this video. So McFarlane, that's your top 10, but you've just been outdone. You've been outdone by Mezco Toys here, because we have a classic Robin. Classic Dick is coming to my collection. And am I going to buy this figure? Yes, I'm going to buy this figure. Let's hope the UK pre-order goes up soon. So there's classic Batman and classic Robin, like Del Boy and Rodney running across the screen. That's a very weird UK-only Fools and Horses reference there I've just chucked in. But I am far too overexcited that this has happened. So here we go. 3 interchangeable head portraits. He's got curtains. He's got a little bit of curtains. Let's see if I can get curtains. I can't get curtains. It's all going on. So we've got 3 interchangeable heads. We got open mouth. We got smiley mouth. We got grumpy Dick. Oh, I can't believe it. We got 8, count them, interchangeable hands. Oh, I'm excited here. Right, then what else we got? I haven't even looked at this yet. We've got 1 pair of handcuff. We got a punch swoof effect. We've got some other thing you tap on to look like some effect. We got little Boomerang things. We've got grappling hooks. We've got a respirator, and we've got a spinning sling holding hand. I don't even know what that is, but that's exciting. And we've got Robin, the Boy Wonder base there. So how much is he? He's $90 then. So you're looking at probably about £85 here in the UK. He's not Mezco exclusive. He ships worldwide, and he is up for pre-order now. And doesn't he look pleased with himself? Oh, I can't believe it. Let me know your excitement for me in the chat. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happened. It's finally happened. Classic Dick is here. I've been Jay. This has been an overexcited Jay's Toy Collection UK. Come on.